Good day, everyone. I am Stephanie Paparan, and I am tasked to discuss the types of school violence. So, school violence can take many forms. These are some of the types of school violence. So, the first one is the physical violence, in which it includes any kinds of physical aggression, the use of weapons, as well as criminal act like theft or an arson. So also physical violence, it also includes beating, burning, kicking, punching, beating, maiming, or killing. So that are some of the examples of physical violence. Now, the second one is the psychological violence. Psychological violence includes emotional and verbal abuse. This may involve insulting, threatening, ignoring, insulting, rejecting, name calling, humiliating, ridiculing, rumor, mongering, lying, or punishing another person. And also, embarrassing you in public is also a psychological violence. Embarrassing you in public or in front of your family, in front of your friends, support workers or people you work with, calling your names, threatening to harm you, your pets, your children, or other people who are important to your life. So that is what a psychological violence. Now let's go to the third one, which is the sexual violence. So sexual violence, it includes sexual harassment, sexual intimidation, unwanted touching, sexual coercion, and rape. So number one example about sexual violence is the rape incident. So now let's go to the fourth school violence, which is the bullying. So bullying can take physical, psychological, or sexual form, and is characterized by repeated and intentional aggression towards another person. For example, if the other person is scratching you, pushing you, shoving you, grabbing you, beating, choking you, shaking you, clapping, punching, hitting, burning, use of weapons, and use of restraint or one's body against another person. So that are the examples of bullying. And then now let's have let's have the last one. It's the cyberbullying. So cyberbullying, when you say cyberbullying, it includes sexual or psychological abuse by people connected through school, on social media, or other online platforms. So cyber means online. This may involve posting false information about you, giving hurtful comments about you, malicious rumors, or embarrassing photos or videos online about you. Cyberbullying can also take the form or excluding someone from online groups or network. So that are the type of school violence, and that's all for my report. So thank you for listening.
School nurse is the ultimate goal of the school nurse is the prevention of the violence and the prioritization of the safety for the students, student staff, and the school community as a whole involved providing education to the school community in problem solving and conflict resolution skills. So recognizing early warning signs that lead to violence and identifying factors outside or of the school settings that might predispose a child to violent behavior or threaten student safety. So, those of the role of the school nurse is all about this. School nurses are able to support the effort of administration to provide and maintain security to other programs to the parents to parents that support building skills in the areas to communication and problem solving and monitoring or their children and assist in the development of district and school discipline policy or code or conduct the documents. School nurses are able to serve on school safety and in curriculum comments identifying, advocating, and implementing prevention programs within the school community. So that is the role of school nurses. That's all for my topic. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am Rina Jean Ricari, and I will discuss the causes and effects of violence in school. So, violence in schools most often occur between students, but it can also occur between students and their teachers. It takes place in school property, during school trips or events, or in the way to and from school. No, there isn't often a simple, straightforward reason why kanang someone engages in school violence, but it may be that the child have been bullied or rejected by a peers, or maybe under a lot of academic pressure, or maybe enacting something that they have seen or in their neighborhood or television or in a video game. So here, these are some of the risk factors that can a child more likely to commit violence and be a victim of violence. First is poor and academic performance, which is these students are the target of the school bullies. The next one is students without the teacher and staff support, no, and they think that the behaviors they are showcase or they showing at school is normal or it's okay. So next one is students with dominant personalities, which they kanang tend to bully others to gain popularity. Also, hyperactive or impulsive personality and mental health conditions which they can control and may also lead to kanang be prone for bullied and be a bully. The next one is witnessing or being a victim of school violence, which is they may affect them directly or indirectly, but they ay kanang na gihapon epekto sa ilahas. The other causes is the cyber abuse, especially when exposing to violent video games, no, and kanang social media. The other one is media violence, which is kanang child is being exposed to violence, especially in watching TVs, watching movies like murders and kanang some kind of movies that kanang promote fighting or kanang promote violence. The next one is dysfunctional family dynamic and domestic violence abuse, which is kanang ma-adopt sa students and kanang i-apply pod ni niya sa school no without knowing that it is wrong. The next one is delinquent peers and desire to fit in because they believe that when you want to be safe, you need to be befriend also for the bullies to kanang keep yourself safe, no? Dili ka ma-prone or ma-target sa bully. And then the last one is the poverty or high crime rates in the community and kaning mga behaviors nga ginapakita sa mga student no living in this area is they think that kanang normal na ni sa ilahang nga mga situations, so gina-apply nila sa school without knowing that kanang it is kanang wrong. So that are the different types of kanang different causes no in school violence. Now let's have the impact of school violence. So children may impact by the violence they may suffer physically, mentally, and often both. No, so violence in schools also has an impact of students' attendance, which leads to lower grades and worst is mag-drop out jud ang students. No, so first one is the impact on children in committing violence. So when they commit violence, they may experience a sense of satisfaction when their emotional need for strength or safety is satisfied. No, so but it is just a short lived, however, because they start to fear the punishment or retribution, which triggers the anger that can sometimes lead to more violence. So if they are scared of what might happen to them and if they don't protect themselves. So students, if they want to break the cycle, no, they need to understand that violence is just temporarily satisfied. They just feel ng temporary satisfaction from it, but it leads to more problems. The next one is the impact on the victimized of the violence. So the victims of violence may get physically injured and much worse is death. And school violence is also can be traumatic and can cause considerable psychological distress, which is kanang ma-effect sa students kanang long term. So ako ng children who have experienced school violence are at least of long term mga illnesses. The next one is impact on children who witnesses the school violence, even though dili sila ang bully or dili sila ang nabully, they are kanang maapektuhan gyapon sila in terms of mental, no? So children who witnesses the violence may feel guilty about seeing seeing their classmates or friends that are being bullied and wala sila mabuhat, or being afraid to stop them. They may also feel threatened and their basic belief about life and other people are often changed. So though they no longer believe that the world is safe. The next one is the impact on parents. Now, some parents encourage their children to bully others, believing that violence is the strength. No, so violence to violence ang uban nga ginatudlo sa mga parents, but others try to teach or kana advise the students or teach their students how to act nga dili sila ma-target sa mga bullies. And some pod mga students they try to kanang approach the school, no, to help address these issues, no, para dili ma-prone ilahang anak sa mga bullying nga kakahitabo sa
Every child has the right to go to school free from fear. When school provides quality, inclusive, and safe education, children can learn, build friendship, and gain critical thinking skills they need to navigate social situations. In the best circumstances, school puts children in the path to a promising future.
school. So that's it for my report, the causes and impact or effect of school violence. So thank you for listening.